Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 10,900,000 squared .6. I don't know. I think it's episode 15 or season 2, episode 2. I don't know. Welcome to the Roundtable Oddcast.
How much crack did you smoke before you started this?
None, actually. I was at the gym trying to get my swole on. I'm still in my gym clothes because you're like, yo, time crunch. And it turns out I'm still actually really sore from the other day. And, like, I was going to, push through it. No pain, no gain. But, like, when I got there and I started lifting and shit, I was like, fuck, I'm really not feeling it. And then you're like, yo, time crunch. I was like, that's my excuse. Let's go. Like,
it's funny you mention that because, like, last night after work, so usually on the last day I work, I try to go to the gym with some of my coworkers.
Right.
Well, one of my coworkers, Hernandez, who's fucking hilarious. I love this dude to death. He actually wound up moving to Columbia, like 20 minutes away from the house. So now he goes to my gym.
Ooh.
So this morning, yeah, exactly. I wasn't expecting that. So this morning, I get up early as I normally do, get my routine going. It's like, yeah, eat breakfast, feed the dogs, X, Y, and Z. I get to the gym, and all of a sudden I see Hernandez is calling me on my phone. I was like, the fuck? What's he calling for? So I hit decline. I'm like, hey man, I'm at the gym. What you need? He's like, bitch, I am too. I turn around, here he comes strolling right through the fucking gym. I was like, bro, what the fuck?
Awesome.
But yeah,
I wish I had people to work out with.
Well, he showed up. See, the thing is, like, I work out pretty regularly. He doesn't, and he's just starting to get into the routine. So today we did ab and core workouts.
Right.
And the last time he worked out, we did legs, and legs are like my favorite day known to man. I love squats, I love deadlifts, I love fucking leg day. And he couldn't walk for like 3 days afterwards.
Fuck loves leg day.
Yeah, dude, my legs are like fucking tree trunks, bro. That's the only that's like the strongest part on my body besides my asshole.
Okay, glossing over that. Like, I mean, I still got some stuff in because I did 2 miles of cardio and I did some ab workouts and shit. And then I went to start like doing my lifts and I did like 2 deadlifts and I was like, oh fuck. Oh God, please have mercy on my soul. And then you're like, hey, you want to do the podcast? And I was like, bye.
See, my thing is, I got a shoulder issue going on. I'm pretty sure I got some tear in my cartilage or a rotator cuff issue, and so I've been doing like being super ginger with anything shoulder related. So I was showing him like just some planking stuff and some like calisthenics where you just hold your body weight up.
Right.
I'm like, hold that thought, and I just started like fucking rotating my arm, kind of stretching out. It's like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, don't ask questions, bitch. Don't ask questions. I will fuck you up.
I remember before I moved to Asheville, like I was going to the pretty regularly. I haven't been in like a year, especially with like getting fire and all that. So.
Oh yeah, that did happen, didn't it?
Yeah, right. My dumb ass thought I could jump straight back into where I was a year ago. Oh my dear God, no. Especially with like my back still is not 100%. So like I can still feel the tightness of my back when I'm trying.
Yeah.
Good though. Gotta get swole.
Gotta
Plus,
get ripped.
I didn't want to take my shower when I got home because I have to record after this
Mm-hmm.
cover that's coming out on Saturday. The costume is super hot, so I'm sweating.
Mm-hmm.
Darn it. I have to put makeup on for it.
Oh, is that kind of why we were hinting at we were talking about tomorrow? Since you'll already be doing.
Well, I'll be doing 2 different types of makeup. So, like, when we do the thing for the next episode of the podcast, which I'm gonna have come out on Halloween, or we're doing not this one.
Mm-hmm. Not this one, but the next one, but the one before that.
Yeah,
but after
that's gonna be a different type of makeup. This makeup is gonna be because, like, I've got the suit and the mask of the person that the song's about, But the problem is, you can still see my eyes behind the mask.
So you gotta black them out.
Yeah, I'm just doing like the Batman thing and just putting black all over my. It'll be fun. Then I'll take my shower.
So let's see your new phone. Let's see this.
Yes!
Let's see this fucking bitch.
This week's episode is sponsored by LG.
By Yingling.
Yeah,
Yingling.
Or by that shitty ass porter.
Yeah. Hey, it's Hershey's. It's a sipping beer.
I can't.
So I gotta preface this little caveat. There's a little caveat
right.
about reason why I want him to show off his phone because it's the first. genuinely good phone that Freaks had within what, like 5 years, 6 years. He's always had
think
like
it's
shit
7.
cricket phones, ones that like if you look at it the wrong way, it's gonna fucking snap, crackle, and pop on you.
I have had just absolute like I get a new phone pretty much every year because you pay $100, you get like a nice little cricket phone that makes phone calls and shit. Takes 17 minutes to load Snapchat. Impossible to watch porn on, but hey, boss can call you to get to work. And I was fed up. Like LG revealed like this new awesome thing called the LG Wing, and it's designed for like content creation, tasking, far left field. And I was like, you know what? I deserve a treat. Fuck it. So I got. Oh god, that's gonna be super bright. I don't know.
Oh yeah, I can't even see.
All right,
Okay, you
so
can kind of see. Yeah, there you go.
this isn't the background I have on. I have a Sly Cooper background on. I just put this one back on so I can show you. The whole point of the wing that you can flip it out like that, and then the whole thing just rotates. There's
Something else.
but
So I just want to say that phone is very you, as in it's very show-offy. It's very like, ho, look at my cell phone.
pretty much. Like I walked into work the other day just flipping it around. People were like, "What the fuck?" Oh yeah. It's also huge. Like, cause I
It
still
looks
have my
huge.
other old phones and shit. And like I laid them on it. They come up to like here, like half the size of the phone. But I mean,
mean,
it's pretty dope. I can like simultaneously launch 2 apps at one touch of a button.
Oh, that's actually awesome.
Yeah, I can flop them around or whatever. Another cool feature I found that I don't really use as much, but I could, is I can take the second screen and I can mouse that.
What?
It's like a computer.
Yeah, I can see. You can see a little bit. You can see a little
Yeah.
bit.
Dope as shit. All my alerts are video game related themes.
Of course they are.
So like you should call me.
All right.
Very curious if anybody's actually gonna know what it's from.
Will I know what it's from?
Should. But it's very obscure, so you might not. And then when I tell you, you'll be like, oh fuck. I lied. I customized yours.
It's cutting in and out. I can't hear it.
Damn it.
Yeah, it's like I say, cutting in and out. I can't tell.
Well, yours is a Doom BFG.
Hell yeah.
The
Appreciate
generic
that.
one though, fuck, I forgot that I actually customized. Remember when you went to the vending machines in BioShock and it's like da 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 da, welcome to the
Yeah.
circus of value. That's my ringtone.
I'm fucking over it. I'm done.
Whenever I get a text, it's like the Crimson Omen sound from that ominous like one note. And then I've got a couple other people's like, if Wolf calls me, a little piece of heaven.
That's very odd that that's the song that you chose for him.
I have my
Are you
reasons.
trying to put a space heater between his thighs?
I have my reasons. It's super cool though because I can also like individually customize each person's text background, which I haven't yet because it's all like.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Let me see your batarang, boy. Oh.
Like a Joker Batman hybrid.
I could dig that. That's pretty gnarly.
That's like the background of all my texts. And then I'm gonna like go through and like I'll probably make like I don't know yours giant dick. Wolf, I'll probably put like Dark Soul background. My dad, I'll probably put like the
I don't want to hear. I don't want to hear about your fucking plight. I don't want to hear about your fucking. Oh, the Minnesota Vikings. 0-7.
Well, I mean, yeah, I'm a Denver Broncos fan first and foremost. Minnesota's my-
7.
And you still have
That's-
Engase.
And that's the real nightmare that I'm living every goddamn day.
You let go of Le'Veon Bell and kept your head coach.
Hey, I'm just glad we let go of Le'Veon and he signed with the Kansas City Chiefs to fuck you even more. But
It worked.
in the grand scheme of things, great detour because I'm living a fucking daymare. It's not even a nightmare. It's fucking real life. Our spoopy season, podcast number 3, is about nightmares, and yeah, so we're gonna talk about some nightmares here. Sorry,
Yeah,
this intro kind of took fucking forever, but I mean, it was a
10 minutes.
Shut
People
the fuck up.
enjoy our
It's gonna,
personal lives.
we
No, they
have
don't.
those.
That's a lie.
We have those. What are those?
Ugh. But yeah,
I
we're
just sit here
gonna
crying my beer.
take a left turn, and instead of talking about horror movies or games and everything that people have seen or heard about, we're gonna talk about our personal shit and just put it on a big screen for.
So, all right. So before we go into like any of our stories personally, nightmares, and all that kind of stuff. So, they're not technically nightmares, but Scarlett suffers from night terrors. I believe I've probably mentioned this. I know I've mentioned it to you before, but I think
Yeah.
I've probably mentioned in podcasts prior. But so do you know how frightening it is when all of a sudden she wakes up screaming, "There's someone at the foot of the bed," and like pointing and like actually like acting like there's someone at the edge of your bed and you're dead asleep, and then you just look and there's no one there, and you just fucking grab her and throw her the fuck down. It's like, go to bed. That's yeah. Well, I try.
Daddy,
Alright,
I had a nightmare. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, pretty much. But no, so when we first started dating, fucking
Pyramid Age.
forever ago. Yeah.
5 years.
Yeah, no shit. Thanks. Make sure you clip that and send it to her. But no, so when we first started dating and she first started spending the night, or first started spending the night with her, she never told me about this awesome issue she had with night terrors. And I would understand why she never said it, because she never even knew she had it. If you said something, no one heard it. You just went like this.
Said surprise.
Oh, yeah, no one heard that. But so we watched oh fuck, what's the name of that movie called? It was a alien movie. And this is like
Lots of those.
her worst one. Huh?
A lot of those.
No, it came out recently, not The Fourth Kind. Dark Skies. There we go. Dark Skies.
Haven't seen it.
Fucking spectacular. Highly recommended if you like alien horror and thrillers and shit. So one night we decided to watch it, and she's not crazy about alien movies in general. She's not crazy about horror movies in general. When it comes to that kind of stuff, that actually kind of creeps her the fuck out. So we watch it anyway. So we're laying in bed, and it had to be around like 2-3 o'clock in the morning, and all of a sudden she wakes up, and she just gets up, like, she doesn't get up fully, but she sits up in the bed and starts pushing herself to the back of the wall where the bed rests. So like the bed's here and the wall's here, and she starts pushing herself back towards it, like pushing her back up the wall. And she's like, what the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? And she's freaking out. So I wake up, and this is like the first couple times we started spending the night together. I'm like, Scarlett, what's wrong? What's wrong? She's like, there's something in the doorway. The door is closed. There's nothing there. I'm like, there's nothing there. She's like, it's one of those creatures. It's one of those aliens. It's over there. It's over there. And she's freaking the fuck out. And she's thinking that they're coming up from the bottom of the bed too. Like she's realizing like there's hands coming up through the bottom of the bed. Like she's telling me this. And I get up and I turn the light on. There's nothing there, of course. She freaks the fuck out. I get her to go lay back down. We go back to sleep. So the next morning, me and her are talking, and I was like, so do you want to talk about last night? She's like, what do you mean? It's like, you full on freaked the fuck out over the movie we watched, Dark Skies. Freaked the fuck out. And she's like, I did? I'm like, there's no way you don't remember that. You were wide awake. You were talking and everything. No, I don't remember a thing. She vaguely remembers little bits and pieces, but it's not like a full, like, oh yeah, I had a nightmare. She has done this to me countless number of times. And for the longest time, I would console her, tell her, hey, it's okay, sweetheart, come on, go to bed. But now it's actually like, there's no one at the door. Go to bed. I'll fucking roll back over.
And watch, the one time that somebody's actually in your house, you're going to be like, fuck off.
Yeah, it's like, we're trying to sleep here, you asshole. But no, like seriously, like the first couple times that she had night terrors, they were like I freaked the fuck out because where I used to live, was in the middle of the fucking woods. Like that would not surprise me. Someone coming into our house and like like no one
Murdering
knowing
all
about
of you.
it. Yeah, I mean, trust me, where I used to live was bing, ding, 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 ding. You heard the banjos and shit. So yeah, I just wanted to preface, since I don't necessarily count that as a nightmare. It's a night terror, I guess, if you want to call it that. But I figured that'd be a good way to lead off, because I don't have too many nightmares of my own that aren't fucking lame. But those are actually scary, because like she was full on moving, like freaking the fuck out. She was seeing stuff in the corners of the room and everything, and like she could tell you like, it's over there. It's a fucking this creature. It's an alien. It's this, that, and the other. And I'm like, oh, okay.
I so as some people on the channel know, because my biggest fucking fear, I am just petrified snakes. Like to my soul, just seeing pictures. Like we were playing Until Dawn, and they were at that part like, "What do you fear?" And it's just a drawing of a snake, and I'm like cringing, getting goosebumps, and I'm like, I despise everything about snakes. I wish that they would care if they owls and okay, fuck snakes. But
That's true. They never did nothing to you.
they did. But so you guys are curious as to what snakes a slithery. I was, and I remember this still. Like this is always the one that I say is my terrifying, and it's dumb as shit. Like when you hear about it, you're just gonna laugh about it. But I was 7 years old.
Kind of like the way I laugh at the most of the shit you take
Yeah.
seriously.
But like this dream has stuck with me for
Oof.
like generally, you know, after you wake up, you forget your nightmares or your dreams or whatever. And generally nightmares take longer to forget. Like you can be balls deep in Jennifer Lawrence and then you wake up and boom, and it's already fading. But then when you wake up from a nightmare, you think about that shit for like an hour. This nightmare has been stuck in my head for 18. So I'm living out in Colorado, and we used to have a 2-story house. There used to be window above the out like a have. And in the dream, I was my age. I was 6, 7. Stuffed in. Had a bunch of friends over for a sleeper party, and we were all downstairs.
Gay.
Okay, Kim Jong. But we were all downstairs chilling, having fun. My parents were upstairs cooking, and right as I walk upstairs to say like I'm thirsty or something, a fucking king cobra just bursts through that window that's right above the fucking sink. And I mean, cobras are big motherfuckers.
Yeah, I've seen them at the state zoo. Holy shit.
Yeah, and like the Nat Geo specials and everything, like they are monstrous fucking, and they can lift so much of their own body weight up onto like the last 10%. And so this cobra just fucking like eats through the window. I'm talking shattered glass and everything, full force of this fucking like python-sized snake. Rises up, bites my dad, bites my mom. And realistically, if you get bit by a cobra, you're not gonna just instantly die. But I'm 7 years old. I'm scared of snakes, and fucking in my dream, my parents just drop. Rip. F's to pay respects. Fucking right. And this shit is all like sentient, and like just turns towards me and is like hunting. I'm scared shitless. I just go running downstairs where all my friends are. And
that's the biggest nightmare right there, that you actually had fucking friends.
I did. I had so many friends, and now I'm like, what's the F word again? Is it fuck?
And now they're all dead. Now they're all fucking dead thanks to you.
Yeah, literally.
You brought the snake right to them. Instead of just laying down, giving your own fucking life in the dream, you brought them right down to your fucking friends, a goddamn buffet.
I was more worried about my fucking stuffed animal, which I still have to this day.
That's just fucking selfish.
Yeah. So I go running downstairs, screaming, shrieking, incoherent. People can't figure out what's wrong until, they see this, like, fucking 12-foot cobra just coming down the stairs. Then there's mass hysteria. Kids are running everywhere, but they can't go up the stairs because there's a fucking big ass snake there. They can't go out the back door because it's locked, and we're all short as shit. We can't reach the lock. So like this snake just
Was this house built by fucking like giants? Because at 7 years old, I could reach a goddamn lock. And was
in
this
the
snake coming
dream
down
I couldn't do it. Like for what like in real life I was perfectly capable of just. But for whatever reason, in the dream, you know how like when you're having a nightmare and you're trying to run and you're just like running through quicksand, you can't fucking do it. Like you feel like you're 10 million pounds. For whatever reason, the lock was like 9 miles up. I was just like
built by a fucking frost giant.
Yeah.
Thanks, Thor.
couldn't fucking do it. So the snake just comes down and it just starts, fucking biting everybody. Kids are dropping like flies left and right. Normally nowadays, I'd probably enjoy watching something, but at 7 years old, this is pretty traumatic. And this is where the dream got really fucked for me. I run into my bedroom and I get like suction cups, like those spy movie suction cups to climb up walls and shit. And like I'm running out there and I'm like, all right, I can't escape. I can't get up the stairs. I can't go out the door. The best thing I can do is get on the ceiling like a Spider-Man. So I've got like my stuffed animal strapped to my chest because I had to save Funny Bunny. Okay, that was his name. That is his name still.
This is gold. Keep going. Keep going.
And so I've got the 4 suction cups and I'm trying to climb up the wall, right? And I get to the top. I'm up on the ceiling and I'm just like dangling there and I'm like, I did it. And then going back to what I just mentioned a minute ago about how cobras can just lift like their entire fucking length up on like the last 10% of their body. So I'm up there safe and all of a sudden I just like
He's just
and
like,
there's just a cobra's face fucking
hello,
right
motherfucker.
there. Like just holding his whole length up, floor to ceiling. Then he bites me in my face and I woke up shrieking. It was 18 years ago. Still.
So you still get that like reoccurringly every once in a blue moon?
I don't. I only had the dream that one time, but it fucking traumatized me so much and stuck with me that like I'm able to tell that one.
Mm-hmm.
And I fucking hate snakes.
So if we're going off of dreams that are like stupid, that like scared us. So this is like the first nightmare I genuinely remember. So now I know I've mentioned like before that, playing Resident Evil, the first zombie always stuck with me. Excuse me. Always stuck with me and like it gave me nightmares. Yeah, it gave me nightmares of zombies just eating me. And seeing that face is kind of like just burned into my brain. So that wasn't, I don't count those as full on like nightmares. It's just like it was a bad dream. Yeah, I didn't like it. It fucking sucked. I got eaten by a zombie. Eaten by a zombie. And I was like, yeah, that fucking sucks. And I always remember seeing that face. But the one to me that I genuinely remember as my first nightmare, so it has to do with a dinosaur and clowns. All at the same fucking time.
Yeah?
Yeah. Actually, I got 2 nightmares that have to do with fucking animals. It's kind of weird. And like, I've never seen either one of these animals. But all right, before I start going off on a tangent. So the first dream, I'm gonna tell them both like after each other because they're both short. They're not long at all.
Real quick
So the
though,
first
I am
dream-
curious for science purposes, how many people like actually watch our podcast. So if you guys have made it to this point, I literally just want you to comment pickles. Nothing else.
Just
pickles. Just curious if anybody actually makes it to this. All right, continue.
All right, so pickle dream. So the first dream is about so it was around the time that I first saw Jurassic Park when it first came out.
Great movie. Life.
Finds a way. Yeah, beautiful. I love you, Jeff Goldblum. But anywho, so in the dream, I'm in my old house in Jersey, or one of the old houses in Jersey. So me, my dog Driver, I can't remember exactly who else, but there's a couple family members in the backyard with us. And in our backyard, we had a Tarzan swing, which is basically a rope swing, just with a bottom piece to it, right? No big deal. So it was me, a bunch of family members, my dog Driver, all that kind of stuff. In our backyard, we had an above ground pool, just a shitty above ground pool, a back patio, and it was a 2-story house, but it was a duplex. So we lived on, if you're looking at the backyard, we lived on the right side, they lived on the left side, right? So all of a sudden, in my dream, I'm playing, having a good time, swinging off the Tarzan swing. It starts getting really dark kind of like gloomy, rainy, just like it was when the first time you saw the Tyrannosaurus Rex in Jurassic Park.
Right.
So it starts getting gloomy, rainy, all that kind of stuff. So my dad at the time says, "Hey, come inside. It's gonna rain. You know, we need you inside." Okay, no big deal. So I start running towards the house. Running towards the house. You know, my dog Driver, everyone else is coming behind us. Well, it got like super fucking dark really quickly. Like all of a sudden it went from like, oh, it's kind of gloomy to fucking black.
Like it.
Completely. So it starts raining, thundering, lightning, and somehow or another, and I remember this vividly, on the whole back side of our house, there was nothing but fucking painted clown faces all over the back of the house. No idea why. They have nothing to do with anything else in the story except there was neon painted clown faces all over the back of the fucking house, and I was freaked the fuck out to go in my own house. So I go running into the house, go running upstairs into my bedroom. Driver's following behind me, which he was an English boxer. Miss that dog so much. So we come up, and all of a sudden, I hear a boom, boom, boom. All of a sudden, I look out my window, which overlooks the backyard. I see a fucking T-Rex coming into my backyard. The fuck? He fucking goes and rips the Tarzan swing down, knocks the garage down that's in the back, and then he starts going after the house. So he starts ripping the house down. I watched the T-Rex eat like most of my fucking family, my dog, all that, and then he ate me, and I woke up.
That'd be pretty terrifying.
Yeah, but the clowns don't make any goddamn sense. Like, for the longest time, like, why the fuck were the clowns there? Like, it made no sense in the fucking dream whatsoever.
Hello, Georgie. I'm gonna look up just like every line that Pennywise had by himself and just listen to that so that I can slowly get better at that impersonation. So I can just like do a full podcast, Pennywise's voice.
Nope.
Just fucking like poor cheat.
Nope. Fuck you. And then the second dream, again, this is another quick one. We were watching Shark Week, and
Fucking
somehow or another, yeah, I mean, exactly. See, everyone loves Shark Week. For some reason, they were talking about giant squids and sharks. This is before like they actually found a living giant squid. All they found was like the carcasses.
Right.
And I fell asleep. And I had a dream that a giant squid was wrapping its tentacles around me, was eating me with its fucking beak and shit. You know, they got the beaks and all that. Yeah, well, you know, I was ahead of the curve. My dad woke me up because he heard me, like, screaming and shit in my sleep because I was scared about getting eaten by a fucking giant squid.
I can only imagine, like, that squid's beak power that those have.
Yeah.
That shit would have shrieked.
But I wasn't that lucky, so it's okay. But yeah, so those are like the two like I guess stupid dreams, if you want to call them that. That like they were scary at the time, and I fucking like lost my shit. But yeah.
I mean, the ones that stick with you. I mean, I guarantee you, like, if you had a nightmare again about a giant squid trying to eat, you'd probably still wake up because you'd still be like, "Fuck."
Yeah, but I feel like now our brains, as we've matured, got older, seen more fucked up shit. It would just go. Really? Giant squid? Oh, we could do much better than that. Here comes a giant squid. It's going to slowly peel your flesh off with each of its suction cups. So you're going to have little fucking pock marks all over your goddamn body every time it fucking suction cup. Nah! Ugh! Sorry.
So, I have another one. And as a lot of you on this channel may or may not know, my greatest fear is fucking snakes.
Wait, what are you most scared of?
Dogs, actually.
Oh, okay.
Terrible.
I'm scared of beer. That's why I kill them.
I had a dream that I was on. I mean, I'm sure you've heard of Snake Island.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, where like every 10 fucking square feet, you're gonna come across a snake. And like my thing is like, as petrified as I am about snakes, I still. Like, the Nat Geo and Discovery Channel specials and shit that they do on them, they're just fucking cool to watch. And I know when I'm watching them, I'm like, I'm gonna have nightmares. Like, this is already petrifying me. Why do I keep watching? Why am I doing this?
Because you suck.
So I watched a special on Snake Island. And I was just like, oh my god. And, you know, they all have natural camouflages. But my brain took that idea and just amplified it I was stranded on Snake Island, which is a not even piece of land. There's just so many congregated snakes that everything writhing fucking bodies walk across. You're just stepping on dirt. There's no walking across snakes. And there were trees and shit. Not like this snake's made up of everything, but there's that many that covered. And so like I'm panicking. I'm trying to like climb somewhere, and I reach up and I grab a branch and I pull down, and it's a fucking snake.
So hold on. So what you're saying is like where most people are like, oh, watch out, the floor is lava. For you, it's like, oh, the floor is snakes.
Pretty much. At that point, I was like, I wish it was lava so I could just fucking die. Like, end me, please. This is terrible. Like I'm trying to climb a tree. I grab a branch. It's a snake. I fucking just kind of like jump, and I grab onto what I think is a vine. It's a snake. I land in like a lagoon. There's fucking snakes all around. I come crawling out onto the shore, face to face with the snake. Fuck Snake Island, dude. Fuck Snake Island. Fuck snakes.
Fuck all. Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah,
Fuck
kind of
snakes.
just the island of snakes. Fuck them. But the snakes as well, just the snakes. Fuck them too.
I had another nightmare recently, actually, like a month ago. And this one wasn't even like, a terrifying nightmare that's gonna like haunt you, chill you to the bone. But it's one of those more realistic ones that just fucks your whole day up for no reason, right?
Mm-hmm.
I was late for math class. Bro, I was in high school, beard, tattoos, all like me now, just in high school, and I was like fucking late. I didn't in there. I'm taking the test. I see the equations. Fucking movie where like I walk into the classroom and then it's like out. I'm like, fuck, man, I bombed it. Like I had to take the test and shit. And then I was like, why am I at school? I know I have to be at work. Like my subconscious was trying to fight with me. Like, bro, you're oversleeping. You got to be at work. And I just wake up, and I wake up late for work in real life after thinking about I'm supposed to be in school. I haven't been in school in 7 years.
Mm.
And I've had so many dreams about work too, where like I'll be dealing with 12 different guests at once. Wake up and I'll be like,
See, no, it's funny you mentioned that because I've had plenty of dreams about work, just never from nightmares. Always about fucking
working
at
a
work.
nightmare.
Well, no, I'm talking about my old job, not now. I would never dream of fucking someone at my job now. Holy shit, that escalated quickly.
I mean, I've had plenty of dreams where I fucked at work too. Like that's.
You know what the worst part is? All right, so this is
You
we're going off on a tangent.
You told me that story.
Yeah,
You've
but they
told
don't
me
know.
the story. You mentioned it on another podcast.
Yeah, but it's getting mentioned again because god damn, it was perfect.
Be late, blah blah blah. She would have. Security cameras
Oh.
on.
Oh, she would have came, all right. But no, like I worked in retail, and the place I worked had no security cameras, none. It's not that they were off; there was none. And all I had to do was tell the mall staff, like, "Hey, I have to stay late to do pick a reason." And I was already leaving, and I thought about doing it so many times. Like, thought about leaving, like I was leaving this job. I thought about doing it so many fucking times. I'm so bummed I never took advantage of that. That's like a bucket list thing that I could have done and I didn't, and I fucked it up. It was on me.
I came. Come on. All took like off of work, and then when we all came back, the person I was supposed
She
to.
was pregnant.
Yeah. So I've had so many other. Always just about snake. That's what gets me.
All right. So
That's
here's
a lot.
one. So here's one about me that so I wasn't in this nightmare. This is like me watching a movie. So it was a nightmare where I watched a movie, and this one always kind of stuck out to me. It's weird because I don't want to say it's similar to like The Ring or anything like that, or what's it called, Ju-on, for
So good.
but like it's a great movie. I think it's a little overrated, but I especially the American version, but it's a good movie nonetheless. But like it has those vibes, and like I've only seen it a handful of times, so it's not like it's one of my like I gotta watch it every year. So I had a dream where a mother comes in to comes into her house and she went grocery shopping. And you're flicking cards at me, you piece of shit. So the mom comes in from grocery shopping and she's calling for a daughter. I can't remember the daughter's name. Don't ask me. But she looked pretty much
She hot?
stereotypical. No, she was like fucking 13. Pedophile. Sex offender! Register sex offender here!
Hey, you're the one dreaming about a 13-year-old.
Yeah, but it's more fucked up when I tell you what happens.
Okay, on.
So the mom comes home and she's looking for her daughter. I can't remember the name, doesn't matter. She's like, "Oh, hey, sweetheart, I've got your favorite whatever." She's calling out to her, say, "Hey, where are you at? Where are you at?" Now, as the story progresses, she's looking around for her daughter, can't find her. She's starting to lose her shit a little bit. It's like, "Oh, fuck, I can't find what's her face, whatever." And all of a sudden, she thinks she sees someone go from her daughter's bedroom over to the bedroom across from it. She's like, "Sweetheart, is that you?" The mother goes and starts investigating, can't find anyone. She starts hearing the stereotypical laughter, all that kind of stuff, like kids laughing and all that kind of shit. And she's like, "Sweetheart, if you're messing around me, I'd really like you to come out. You're kind of scaring mommy, all that kind of again, your stereotypical horror movie tropes." And what happened was where it got me. So the mom is looking all around and then she starts finding like little puddles of blood all throughout the house.
Yummy.
Can't explain it, can't find it. So now the mom's really freaking out because she's wrong, genuinely. She's looking around, all of a sudden the blood starts tracking her back to her daughter's room. So as she's walking up the steps to her daughter's room, there's a hallway. The hallway goes all the way down, and right is her. So she's going up, goes down the tunnel, goes down the hallway, and goes to the right. And the door that she just went through, because obviously she thought she saw her daughter go through, and she's searching throughout the house, so all the doors would be open anyway. The door is shut. She goes up to the door, and she hears a noise that she's not familiar with, almost like a clanging noise or a clinking noise and a scraping with it. So it's like a clink, 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 clink.
Red.
So she's trying to figure out what the fuck's going on, and so she's like, "Sweetheart, if you're in here, I'm in, I'm blah blah blah." She opens the door, and what she sees, and this is like, I want an artist to like draw out like the vision that I saw, and I have to like really explain it into detail. It's a very dead daughter chopping with a pair of hedge clippers. So the big fucking hedge clippers, like the big ones, on you would assume is her corpse. So it's kind of like the daughter's already dead, but she's doing something to her body with the hedge clippers, her own body. And the daughter's just kind of sit up like against the wall, and she's taking the hedge clippers and just going boom, boom, boom on the side of her head right here. And you could see all the gnarled flesh and all that kind of shit, and you could see every time she hits the hedge clippers, sparks are flying off the fucking hedge clippers from her skull. How many times she's been doing it, and that creeped me out so fucking much for some reason.
That's
it was
kind
very
of a horrifying vision. Yeah,
I remember it. Like I can see it. Like right now, just I can.
Fucking good old Butcher Pete back at it again. Like shit.
Yeah, hey everybody, had you heard the news about a man?
He's hacking and whacking and doos.
Sparks flying off your fucking skull and shit. But yeah, like she was very, like I said, I say Ring-esque is because that's the best way to describe it. Like the whole long hair coming out the TV, like waterlogged clothes and all that shit. Yeah, very spectre-y. But the little girl was sitting in the corner, was just completely fine, except for her face being fucked up by those hedge clippers. And that, for some reason, I've never had another dream like it. That one was like me watching a movie all the way through, and I remember seeing that very end, and then the fucking little Samara-looking cunt turned her head and just looked at you, and then I woke up. I was like, never had that dream again, though, but I remember it.
Right, the next Last Grudge.
I mean,
I think the ones that fuck me up even more than anything, and these are recurring dreams, because I just have like invasive thoughts. Like I could be having a perfectly good normal day, and I'm like, what if Kane ran away? Traffic. by a car. I find him still alive on the side. You know,
Mhm.
like just literally out of fucking nowhere. Like I could be just perfect good mood and that shit just. And then I have those types of dreams, like just shit happens to my dogs. Like I had one where Kane got completely like mauled and eviscerated by a bear. Intestines.
Well, that makes sense for you though, because of where you live.
Yeah. And like I woke up in a cold sweat and I allowed him to pretty much push me off the bed. I was like, "You're fucking cuddling, bitch." The car one fucks with me a lot too, just because I live near a busy road and like he always ran away in South Carolina, and I'm like, the one time I'm gonna lose him up here is gonna be the time I lose him. I've had dreams of Odin getting bit by a snake.
I knew it.
Dude, they're fucking everywhere. I can't get away from them. Just like, and those are the ones that I will wake up in a cold sweat, dead panic, like, and I know I'm dreaming, but I still just need to see like my dogs are in bed, perfectly fine, because they're my heart and soul, and if anything happened to them, and also fuck snakes.
Tell me how you really feel. So, I've got one more dream. Now, this one was reoccurring for a while, or one more nightmare, I should say. This one was reoccurring for about a year, and it was very not traumatic. It was just a lot of shit was going on in my life that I didn't have a lot of control over. I was in school at the time. I had a lot of personal issues going on. I had a lot of family issues going on. You can kind of guess what time frame this is. And I was a fucking wreck, emotionally, physically. I was drinking a lot too. Just a lot of shit was going on in this time frame. So I was just coming out of a breakup, a very emotional breakup for me, and I'm not an emotional person when it comes to breakups and shit like that. Um, and I had the breakup, but me and the significant other at the time were actually trying to rework our relationship. That's when I started having these dreams. And the dream was, so I was laying down, and I remember as soon as I fell asleep, lost consciousness, and the REM kicked in, I started having the dream. I was being basically held down, uh, like just on the ground. I had people weren't standing on me, but I was being restrained. I can't exactly with what, probably ropes or something, but I can't remember exactly what.
Right.
And all I remember is that I had the now definitely ex-girlfriend, some family members, some other people, some other friends and shit like that. Just everyone I knew, everyone that were no with us, everyone that was just like I knew everyone's face. There was no one that I didn't know in this nightmare. What happened was there was a fire, kind of like a couple feet away from me, but it wasn't just like a standard fire. It was like hot coals. So I'm laying down, being spread out like this, being held down just about. So all of a sudden, the only person I did not know was the person that cut me from here to here. I don't remember screaming or anything like that. I just remember being in pain, just being like, "God," like I knew it fucking hurt. They pulled up my stomach flap because, like I said, it cuts from here to here. So they pulled the bottom one, so my stomach. If I'm looking at my stomach, it's got a mouth. That's the way to describe it. It's got a fucking mouth. And they each took a turn of taking the hot coals that were in the fire and putting it inside me. Like each fucking turn, they would take one. The first person, like for example, the first person was like my ex-girlfriend. She would take one and put it in and push it in, and I would scream. And after every time, they wouldn't say the same thing, but they always say, "It's okay. It'll be over soon. It's okay." The next person would come up. They would take another coal, stick it in, and push it down. They would say something similar, like, "It'll be over soon. There's nothing to worry about." So got to a point where you could see the dissension in my stomach, and it was just glowing. Skin was melting. You could smell the flesh. It was a very vivid dream. Clearly, say I'm like painting a picture here. And what happened was, after it was all, you saw the skin flap open. You could see the coals and all that. You could see him glowing, burning flesh and all that. And the guy who cut me open took a giant fucking needle and just started going through and sewing it back up. That made it worse. And then at the end, right before I would wake up, it would vary between times. Like I said, this was a reoccurring dream. It'd vary between times. They would take a coal, take their hand, and then shut my mouth and hold it shut. And the guy would do the same fucking thing, sew my fucking mouth shut.
Like a cinnamon flavored Jolly Rancher, dude. Good.
Bro, it was a spicy meatball. But yeah, I mean, like, that to me is probably like. So I talked to a few people about the dream, and like doctors, like fucking psychiatrists and all that kind of shit, and they're like, well, you were going through a traumatic time, and it just might be that you thought that people that were the closest to you are the ones that are harming you. Because, like I said, it was everyone that I knew, and they were kind of breaking it down. And I was like, I keep having this fucking dream. It's not going away. And I had it for a couple
I was
months,
there. He took my fucking job, and I was laughing as I stuffed him full of coals. I was like, you fucking deserve this, bitch. Fucking swallow another one. Yeah. Steal that shit from me again.
Yeah, that was a rough one. That was a rough one because, like, that's the only, like, nightmare that was reoccurring, and I had to constantly, like I have to shake it off every time I had it.
I've never had like a reoccurring nightmare, except for like I don't know, if I'm in a relationship, like I'll have reoccurring nightmares, like cheat on me, but nothing like that. And I've had nightmares where I get, you know, out, eviscerated, fucking shot, hung, everything, and I wake up like perfectly. For whatever reason, they don't bother me. I guess I'm a masochist.
Oh, yeah?
And then the second that they're going to bust out a snake is when I'm going to be like,
they're going to take a fucking snake and slowly slither it up your ass.
Why did I just sound like Goofy?
Because you're kind of fucking.
But, that will, I mean, we're just going to end on that one right there. I got nothing to top it up. I mean, we're at 50 minutes. Works out. That was actually a good one. Remember to comment below pickles. Made it to the 25-minute mark, or even the.
If you want to get saucy, do fried pickles. We're in the South.
But yep. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to head on over to the Patreon to check out the After Dark Oddcast. For as low as $1 a month, we will have another episode out Halloween Day. We will have 4 videos dropping on Halloween. Lots of shit to look forward to there. Don't forget, like, subscribe, all that good. Always.